We're not dealing with that spooky shit here. We're not dealing with allegories and mythologies. What we're dealing with is what happened to our ancestors.
Right.
And how to stop it from happening to your children.
Right.
You understand? Now, if what we're dealing with doesn't address what happened to our ancestors and how to stop it from happening to your children, then we playing chess. That's a goddamn game. You understand? This ain't about no game. Our babies are being murdered
right now
in the street, not only by white people, but by themselves. If we're not addressing what's occurring right now, right here, we might not be here tomorrow to see no 6,000-year procession of the equinox change. You understand me, brother? We have serious issues that we avoid, and we avoid them by going to church. We avoid them by going to the mosque. We avoid them by taking on these new philosophies about Hare Krishna. You see black people walking around shaking bells. That's how you got them 900 black people died in Jonestown, Guyana. Because they was following a white man named Jim Jones. You understand? What I'm saying, brother, we follow. What we have to do is lead.
I agree with Larry on that.
If we understand our enemy and we're fighting our enemy, then we have to understand how he fights. If we understand how he fights, then we know that he's playing chess with himself. We haven't even put our pieces up on the board and confronted him as a people, as a nation.
To differ.
And one of the main reasons why is because the first thing we do is we see him as the blame. We're making him out to be this great.
No.
His system is
I
outdated.
beg to differ with you.
His system is outdated.
Let me show you something. I beg to differ with you that we're not on the board. You understand? We are
playing chess by himself. 1.5% controls 95% of his wealth.
Let him go.
We are the pawns on the damn board, brother. You understand? We are the pawns on the board. That's how this game is being played. It's being time out, Sutek. It's being played so-called minority group against minority group. It's being played poor white people against immigrant people. It's being played poor white people against black people. It's being played the middle class against the upper class or the wealthy against. This is how this game is being played, and they use the media. They use the media to gear you in to which game they playing on which particular day.
So
you understand?
So you're saying the white man is at fault because out of 235 years of divide and conquer,
you're not listening.
He's been using that tactic
but you're not
for
listening.
235 years.
You're not listening. You're not listening. What I'm telling you is
longer than that, really. What I'm saying
is
we have to right now. It's not about. It's about being subjected to a scam. If you're constantly allowing yourself to be scammed, then you have to look at yourself in the mirror. If you're allowing yourself to constantly be defeated by the same tactics,
here's a question.
You have to look at yourself and say, hold on, change the game.
Here's a question.
Change the board. We need a new board.
Here's a question, right? Because I had this exact same conversation with a client of mine who's from Ghana, right? And he seems to think that it's the black man problem in Ghana if the white man keep tricking him, right? And I'm gonna tell you the same thing that I told that black man from Ghana, right? You don't know you being tricked until you tricked. You understand? It's not like people are saying, trick me next, trick me. No! People think that what they're doing is working because the trick is to trick you, to make you think what you think. That's why it's a fucking trick.
Yeah, but if that trick is successful over a long period of time,
you don't know you trick. But you don't. How you know you trick?
You don't know. That's what he's saying.
You know you trick when you got brothers standing up like Malcolm X when he stood. The fear. The Bible said that 2 witnesses would step forward and they would be assassinated. When Malcolm stood and he was assassinated, he pointed out the trick, and you can replay most of what he's saying.
What is that trick? What is that trick?
It's divide and conquer. We're not playing the game as one people. If you got a chessboard and all of your pieces are thinking like individuals, you will be defeated. But if all of those pieces on that chessboard think like one man, think with the heart of a lion on 2 feet, they cannot be defeated. We was blessed with Malcolm. We was blessed with Martin. We was blessed with Adam Clayton Powell. We was blessed with all this history because they stood up. And the reason why they stood up is because there was a trick. You can't tell me out of all the history that we have right now, we don't know there's a trick. 235 years and everybody else is a patriarch community except for the black man, and the only excuse we have is that we don't know when we trick. 235 years.
Let me say this to you, brother, because we do suffer from oversimplification a lot, right? And I didn't mean to give you the impression that it's a simple thing to trick you. I didn't mean to leave you with the impression that when they have factions in armed conflict against each other, so that once the armed conflict is decided, they can make mineral rights extraction contracts with the victors. I didn't mean to give you the impression that these individuals think they're being tricked. They think they're doing the damn trick. That's part of the trick, to make you think you getting over. You understand? Now, I don't want to disillusion you, right?
It's a trick.
But on planet Earth, right? On planet Earth, most societies are only concerned with the maintenance of their own society. Now, what has emerged out of all of these societies is that you have elitist class who are only concerned with themselves, but in order to shore up their own position, what they do is they set up levels to keep your ass away from them. So you have levels of individuals that you have to deal with. You have the police, you have the National Guard, you have the Army, the Air Force, the Marine. You never get into the motherfucker that's running this shit. You understand? And the reason, it's a
systemic problem.
The reason you ain't getting to them,
and a structure.
The reason you're not getting to them is because they know enough to stay out the way. Because if you figure out that it's him running shit, oh, I can just kill him and run shit. You understand? So he don't let you know that he's running shit. You would be surprised. The people who are in power in the United States of America, there is one class of people in the United States of America who are in power. I hate to be the one to break this news to you, but it is old white men. Now, the old white men are in power. Everybody else, they breaking them off fucking crumbs, right? Now, don't think this is white people. It is not white people. It is old white men. White people, white women had to fight for the right to vote. White women currently fight for equal pay in the workplace. So they can't be in power. Because if they was in power, they wouldn't be oppressed. They wouldn't be complaining about being abused. They wouldn't be like, what's the woman in Long Island? Shot her husband, ex-cop 11 times for abusing her. If white women were in power, that wouldn't happen to white women. You understand? So we know old white men are in power. If young white men were in power, they wouldn't be killing their ass. When young white men get out of line, the old white men send white police to shoot their ass.
I agree with that.
You understand?
Old white men can be
now,
exposed.
I'm not telling you what can't be exposed. That's not the point. The point is, the point is, when you look at the way that they set up these societies, it is not accidental that they remain in control. They remain in control because they actively engage in what is necessary to keep themselves in control. What we don't do is we don't have a realistic view of what the hell we got to face, so we dealing with spooky shit, and the only thing that we could get across is, oh shit, the white man is the devil. You understand?
Right. That's the only thing we fall back
shit,
on, right.
I'm God. This is a bunch of childish ridiculousness. And if we don't get serious, and engage in serious activity designed to move us forward, we will forever be stuck and trapped in the same conditions that we suffer from today. We won't get any better because we're not making the positive steps to do so. Who are we gonna strive? These children out here, if we're not trying to save them, how they gonna be saved?